What's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And today is no different. I'm so excited to have our next guest on. They come on every year to talk about the amazing program that is out there for our youth. We're talking about young talent, big dreams, powered by the Children's Trust. And so we're going to be talking about the auditions, the show, the experience, and why you should be participating and supporting this amazing organization and this initiative. So without further ado, I would love to welcome back to the show, friend of the show, Miss Michelle Mordecai. Hey.
Well, hello. It's so good to see you. It's been a year already.
I know time flies when you're having fun and working hard, right?
Yes, ma'am. I agree. Such a pleasure to be here representing the Children's Trust, and I look forward to today's interview.
Definitely. And I would like to bring on our next guest, new to the show, but we're going to feel her just the same, Miss Nichelle Burns. Hey, girlie, welcome to the show.
Hi, very excited to be here. Very grateful to be here and share.
Yay, thank you so much. And you have a unique experience, so I'm glad you're bringing your perspective to the conversation. And so before we dig into, what, your involvement is, Nichelle, I want to kick it over to Michelle. And so let's ground everybody and let everyone know what Young Talent Big Dreams is all about. So Michelle, give us the 411 on the program.
Well, thank you. And once again, thank you for having us here just to talk about this wonderful talent competition. The Children's Trust and Actors Playhouse at the Miracle Theater this year again. It's the 16th year of the Young Talent Big Dreams talent competition. It's the
16.
biggest countywide free talent competition for kids between 8 and 18 years old, and it's in Miami-Dade County. But this
Wow.
competition is special to us because it provides talented young performers with an opportunity just to showcase their skills, to compete against other talented youth in Miami-Dade County. And it's such a pleasure to have here with us today one of its past performers and competitors. So I look forward to hearing from her about her experience as well.
Wow, and you know what? That's a perfect segue to Nichelle because you can speak to it firsthand on what this experience is like. So, Nichelle, like, how did you even find out about Young Talent Big Dreams, and what was that moment that made you say, you know what, I'm going to go compete and I'm going to enter in this competition to show my talents?
So I first found out through my club sponsor back at my high school, Miami Norland, in Miami Gardens. Over there, we have the Viking Freedom Writers, which is our spoken word team. I was the president at the time, and we're kind of deciding, what direction you want to take the club at that point. And she brought to us Young Talent, Big Dreams, our sponsor, Dr. Precious Simonette. Um, I decided to do it because back then I did a lot of performances, but not as many competitions. There was another competition I did, but I wasn't really used to it and it was still kind of uncomfortable. So I was like, let me get out of my comfort zone and actually do something new. I'd also never really been in anything with an audition process. So I wanted to see what that was like. And yeah, that's how I got into it.
Oh, I love it. And so, was your talent spoken word or monologue? What did you do?
Mine was spoken word. It was poetry. That's what our team was focused on. So we all auditioned spoken word.
Love it. And what was that experience like for you? Like, did you make any lifelong friends? Are you people that you still communicate with? Can you walk us through what it was like to compete?
Well, I think the main thing about this competition was that it did not feel much like a competition in the traditional sense because no one there really acted as if they were competing against you. Everyone there kind of rooted for each other, even through the different categories. There's music, there's bands, there's instrumentals, there's singers, and then there's spoken word, there's acting, there's dancing. And so everyone there, they didn't act. There was no click. There was no, underlying ulterior motives. Everyone genuinely wanted to see everyone succeed. And so I had a good time interacting with everyone else backstage before I went. I know my other spoken word team member and I were very, very nervous, but everyone back there was nervous, but we kind of bonded in our nervousness. And it was a very refreshing experience. I was used to the stage at that point, but of course, I'd never been in something that big, I've never been something
Mm.
that big, that kind of stage. And so, um, yeah, it was a competition. There was definitely things to be won, but it didn't, the spirit of the day did not feel that way.
I love that. Thank you for breaking that down, Nichelle. And Michelle, can you talk about the audition process because there's different locations around the county. So let's give people, some more information on the journey that they're about to go on that Nichelle did.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Well, I just want to add that this year's competition promises to be the most thrilling yet. Why? Because there will be prizes that range from cash awards and performance opportunities to prestigious performing arts scholarships. So there's just so much to benefit from this competition. But preliminary auditions will take place on April 4th, the 11th, and the 12th, and the 19th. Semifinals will be held on May 2nd and 3rd, with the finals on May 9th at the Miracle Theater. And all events will take place at Actors Playhouse at the Miracle Theater. I want to also share the website for more information, including the audition schedule, competition rules, registration forms. We invite the audience just to visit actorsplayhouse.org.
Oh, I love it. And so for these auditions, are they closed auditions or like is it like a performance for the community? Like how does that work?
I'll take that if you want me to.
Yeah,
Go
that's for
ahead. You
you,
can talk
Michelle.
about your experience. That's fine. You can talk about your experience.
Oh, yeah, when I auditioned, I believe you get an audition time and date. And so I, for my audition, I was in a room and you're on stage and there's a few judges in front of you. It's just you and the judges. And you say, well, in my case, I said a snippet of the poem I was to perform. You don't perform the whole thing, you perform a piece of it. And from there, you get critiques, things you could do better, things you did well. And yeah, you wait for your results.
Okay, so it's a closed audition, and then there's the finalists do a big production at the end. Is that how it works? And then that's open to the community, and people could buy tickets to attend. Can you kind of explain that for us, Michelle, like how that whole process works?
It's just the way you explained.
Okay.
Once there are the first auditions, they move on to the next level, and then the final performances where we invite the community just to come out and really be encouraged and inspired by the wonderful talent that exists within the county. I just want to add that there's something special that happens when these individuals are you make that decision to say, I'm going to do this. When you audition, that represents a certain amount of courage, right? And
Mhm.
it's an opportunity for them to really, really, really just be brave and be proud of who they are. And I have
Mm.
watched as our youth have experienced this competition and how they have grown and then how they have moved on to higher levels. So it's really is an experience, it's a journey, and I just encourage anyone between 8 and 18 that has a talent. I really, really encourage you to participate because it's a life-changing experience.
Oh, thank you for breaking that down. And you know what? As I'm listening to you, and then, as we've been following this over the years, I always equated to like Dade County's version of American Idol for kids, or like The Voice, or this. So it's giving that type of energy to me. Would you guys agree?
Can I tell you this? Some of our past winners of the competition, they've gone on to compete in NBC's The Voice, America's Got
Really?
Talent, yes, and the Foxes So You Think You Can Dance. So participation really is an opportunity for you to be not only exposed to the arts on another level, but really could be the beginning of a career.
Wow, that's amazing. And and Michelle, just to ask you this, because maybe can we give like the community and our audience a little bit of the history of Young Talent, Big Dreams? I would like to know like, how this came about and why was this initiative, through the Children's Trust, something that was created as a platform for our students in Miami-Dade County.
Okay, so for the Children's Trust, it's important for us to invest in our youth. So when we were given the opportunity to partner with Actors Playhouse to showcase the talent of our youth, it was just a perfect blend of really putting our youth in the spotlight and giving them an opportunity to shine, which they continue to do every year. We're continuously over. I just want to say overjoyed by the talent that exists within our community. And if you have never ever been to that final culminating event, you don't want to miss out because the talent will blow you away. We're blown away each year, but it really was an opportunity for us to partner with an entity that really focuses on highlighting, empowering, exposing our youth to the arts.
Love it. And Michelle, what would you tell someone who's on the fence right now? Maybe they're watching, maybe they've seen some of the promotion for the auditions. What would you tell them if they are a little bit apprehensive about coming out and showcasing their talents? What type of words of encouragement would you give them?
Just
I
do
would
it. Just do it for me. But go ahead, Michelle. You say Michelle and Michelle. I'm not sure
Oh,
which one.
sorry, I meant Michelle. Sorry, but also too, you could chime in after her, Michelle.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I would say there is no reason to be nervous. Of course, you're going to have jitters, but there's no reason to be scared because nobody there wants to see you fail. Nobody's going to purchase a ticket and drive over there at 7, 8 p.m. and sit in their seat and want you to fail. When I was performing, we did have performers that, sometimes they trip up or they pause and the audience would just cheer them on. They would just say, you got this, you can do it. And they continued. It was nothing. It was very lighthearted. I'd say the audience was very lighthearted, very supportive. At the end of it, they all got up and danced. It's a very lighthearted atmosphere, and nobody wants to see you, fail. And failure or making a mistake is nothing to be afraid of. I've made
Mm.
more mistakes than I want to admit on stages. So, but I'm still here and I'm still doing spoken word, and I'm good. So even if you happen to have a mistake, just know that, no one's going to make fun of you over it. No one's going to, ruminate on it. People want to see you succeed. So just do your best, and there's nothing to be afraid of.
I love it. And Michelle, anything you would like to add to that?
Just that's a life skill, right? In life, we experience things that make us nervous, but it's being able to persevere through that, right? That really builds that character and that confidence that just takes us on to wherever life takes us. So I do want to point out, in addition to being recognized for your talent, it's also an opportunity to grow as an individual and ultimately just really contribute to our communities in a positive way and then give back to those who may not have been exposed to such an experience. So it's a beautiful thing that just keeps happening each year. And again, I want to encourage you, if you're on the fence and you're not sure, just do it, give it a try, and you'll be amazed of how the experience will impact your life.
Love it. And Michelle, just for the audition process, because I know there are 4 different dates. Are you like restricted to which one that you can audition at? Like, so if you, because I know they're across the county. So if you live on the north end, do you have to audition at the north, the north location, or like how does that process work?
Not necessarily. We just want to make sure that we give everyone an opportunity in all areas within the county to audition. But I do want to encourage all of the listeners today just to visit theactorsplayhouse.org to really to get detailed information, including the audition schedule, the competition rules, the forms, why parental consent is necessary. Just to get all of the details, please visit actorsplayhouse.org.
Yes, and if you're looking at the screen, we just pulled up the website so you can see it also too. Hilo News is a media partner. It is on our platforms and our email newsletter on our website. So you have multiple places to connect to the website, but it's actorplayhouse.org where you could get this information about young talent, big dreams. And so before we wrap up, Nichelle, I would like to know, just I'm curious, did you learn anything that you've taken on your journey? Because are you still in high school? Are you in college now? Like, I'm interested. Like, what does this experience help you in your, career or your educational journey? What are some tools that you took from it?
I am in college now and I do some spoken word here. And I learned a lot. I think I learned a lot from the audition process because the critiques from the judges really did help in the competitions and performances I did after that. I would say I'm a naturally stiff person.
Mhm.
So um, I learned a little bit more about, moving myself, being free on the stage, learning that it's okay to, express yourself beyond just acting out your words. And the judges really, they know what they're talking about, number one. They are in the fields that they are judging you on. And, you know, they also don't want to see you fail. So the advice you take from them and maybe the things you even learn from your competitors, you watch them, you see what they do, you can take from that and learn from that. So that's what really helped me, mostly the critiques from the judges.
Love it. Thank you for imparting that wisdom and kudos to you and congratulations on everything that you accomplished and
Thank
God
you.
bless in your endeavors in college and thank you for coming back and giving back to share with the audience like what this experience is and to encourage the next group of talent to come out and showcase what they have to the community. Michelle, any final words and definitely want to plug just any key information again for the audience who is interested, maybe a parent out there wants to encourage their child. Let's give them some of those things and definitely some final thoughts from you.
Just want to say again, the preliminary auditions will take place on April 4th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 19th. Semifinals will be held on May 2nd and 3rd, and the finals will be on May 9th at the Miracle Theater. Parental consent is required. So please visit the website actorsplayhouse.org for detailed information, including the competition rules. There's a registration form that needs to be completed, as well as the audition schedule. And if you have any questions, their contact information is on the website as well. And for information about the Children's Trust, whom I'm representing today, please visit thechildrenstrust.org.
Love it. Thank you so much. And like I said, any final thoughts, any things that you want to touch on that maybe we didn't discuss, definitely want to give you that opportunity to just punch anything else that you would like to discuss.
I will add that if you are a shy person or you have a child that is shy, I was very, very shy before I got into spoken word for like my whole life. And then one day in 10th grade, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of myself and I'm going to join a spoken word club. And that's what I did. And, I became the president. I got into
Wow.
college on part because of my spoken word.
Mm.
And I would have
Wow.
never, if you asked me in ninth grade, you see yourself on stage? No, I would have ignored you. That was not me. But, if you think to any degree that this is something you cannot do, that is just not true. If you're a person who is timid, who has a lot of self-doubt, the arts will definitely free you. You just have to take that step one day because the time is going to pass anyway, right? So you can spend your time, having self-doubt and feeling bad about yourself, or you can spend your time trying to do something about it. So definitely, if you are shy, don't think this is not for you only because of what you've been through. You can definitely change at any moment, so keep that in mind.
I love that, Michelle. Thank you for that final thought. Michelle, any final thoughts that you want to give or
Thank you for the opportunity. Just to share that my background is in the arts. I also went to Norland North Center for the Arts and then graduated from New World School of the Arts and then majored in the arts at Howard University. So this one hits, it's a personal thing
Yes,
for me. And I know what the arts can do to improve the lives of children and families, which is exactly what the Children's Trust represents. It's our mission. So it's just an honor just to be here today with one of the members that has benefited from the competition, which is just proof that it's an amazing experience that can really take you to the next level. So for those of you that are watching and listening, please, if you're unable to audition, we do invite you just to come out and just take advantage of all of the talent that will be exhibited on the day of the final event.
Love it, love it, love it. Hello, News family. Let's make sure we're supporting this. Encourage your kids to go audition. If you have a child, as Nichelle said, that may be a little shy, this may be a way for them to break out of their shell. And also, too, as I was looking at some of the promotion, is spoken word, is music, and it's the performing arts. And also, too, in this time where there's so many budget cuts and things where the performing arts isn't always funded, this is a way, an outlet for our students in our community to be able to express themselves and perform on stage and have a budding career like Nichelle, or as you see Michelle, she actually comes from that background, and look at the amazing work she's doing now. So this is so important that we're pouring into the art. So community, if your kids can go, I think it's a great show to go attend, buy a ticket, but also to encourage a young person that you know in your life to participate in Young Talent Big Dreams. Thank you so much, Michelle and Nichelle, for coming on the show today. I truly appreciate you guys. Of course, Michelle, you're a friend of the show, so definitely come back when the Children's Trust has any new initiatives. We love speaking to you guys. We love working with you guys. And Michelle, you're not a friend of the show. You have shows. You have anything you want to share with the Hilo News audience. You are now, you're in the family now, girl. So you got to come back and let us know what's going on. And kudos to you and congratulations. And I wish you so much success in your educational journey. You are a shining star from our community, and I'm looking forward to see what you accomplish. I already know your star is shining bright. So we got big things that you have on the horizon.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Hilo News family. This has been another amazing episode of the Can We Talk podcast. We will see you guys next time. And go check out Young Talent Big Dreams and tell them Hilo News sent you. Bye.